In this video, I'm talking to some WP Eagle viewers about creating content for an affiliate marketing website. In this video, I asked them, what would they say to someone that was thinking of starting out with an affiliate marketing website and thinking of creating their own content? What tips would they give to them? Now, they shared with me some really good tips. So if you are thinking of starting an affiliate marketing website, or maybe you've just started, this video is certainly going to help you out. Now, everyone featured in this video is a WP Eagle viewer. They're also regulars in my Facebook group, and you'll find details of that group in the description to this video. They've also all been running affiliate marketing websites for quite some time and have all achieved various levels of success. Now, this video is actually part of a series of videos all featuring WP Eagle viewers and all about creating content for affiliate marketing websites. So if you've not seen the others, I suggest you go check them out. You'll find a link up there to the playlist. You'll also find a link in the description. Anyway, I think we should get started. One last thing, if you're not already subscribed, you can do so by clicking on the button below. Make sure you click the bell. And if you like this video, please click the like button. It really does help me out. I don't know why I paused like that. Anyway, that's enough intro. Roll the tape. This video is obviously for people that are struggling to write or they're just thinking about writing. Do you have any tips for someone that's thinking about writing their own content? Anything that you've learned or anything that's helped you?
Well, definitely focus.
Yeah.
Because when I start writing and then I start doing other things, then it just goes.
Okay. So once you've started, don't get distracted. Get rid of the phone, get rid of the computer, any other apps, close your email, get rid of all that stuff. Just focus on the task in hand. Don't look at anything else until you get to the end of that article.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I should probably follow my own advice, though.
Yeah, it's very hard, especially in today's modern age, to just actually focus on anything for longer than a minute without being distracted by a notification or something to take your attention away. So, have you got any other tips on writing articles?
Yeah, there's one thing that what's her name? The Benedetti violinist woman, Nicola Benedetti. She actually used to live about 30 miles up the road from where I am at the moment, and I was fortunate enough a few years ago to be at a business event where her father, who is or was a tycoon, he sold his business, but he was speaking, and he said something that not only is very applicable to business, but also is applicable to writing articles. And he bought the company Wallace Cameron, the first aid kit company. And he said, if you want success, you don't have to invent the wheel. You just have to improve it. So go out, look at what is out there already in your niche for the keywords that you're looking at. Don't copy. I mean, I'm not suggesting you should just rip off other people, but do your research, find out what else is out there, and just make it better. Don't just copy it and just do the same thing. Actually make it better. Don't, one thing that I would say, don't copy data. If someone's come up and done some research and produced some data, don't copy that. That, in my opinion, is just stealing. But reinterpret, do your own stuff, but whatever is out there already, write it and make it even better than what's out there, because that's what people want. They want something really, really, really useful. So don't try and invent the wheel or reinvent the wheel. Just make what's out there already better.
Is there any other last tip that you would give to someone that is looking to write their own content?
It is, you can do it. Don't think that because you've never written before that you can't do it yourself. You can go out, look at what other people are doing, find your own way of implementing what they do, and remember what I also said earlier on, that the average reading age of people in America, even in the UK, I discovered that the Financial Times, which you would think they cover complex issues, the reading age of the Financial Times in the UK is 12 to 14-year-olds. So if that's the kind of reading age of the people who are going to, or the average of people reading your stuff, you don't have to be a professor to be able to write material that other people will find genuinely useful, and also put your personality into it. If you're a bit of, we know Carl. He comes up with a few gags in the chat when you're doing your live streams.
Yeah.
I'm sure that a lot of that comes over in his writing.
So put your personality into it.
Yes. So put your personality into it. And one thing I learned early on when I started working in radio is you don't have to put yourself out there. You can put a character out there. Despite the fact that I'm talking to you and I go to business exhibitions and I meet people, I am actually a desperately shy person. I discovered very, very early on that to be able to work in business and in the sphere that I wanted to work in, I have to put on this persona of Tosh Lubeck. I won't tell you what my real name is. Actually, it is, but Tosh is the Polish equivalent of Tony. There's the me who's at home, and then there's the me that I put out there to YouTube, to when I go out to business exhibitions and working with other people. That's not me. I'm playing a character at the moment.
No, well, I think we all are to a certain degree. We all have our personas that we portray in different environments, different situations. But
So if someone feels that they're really shy and they're very sensitive, they don't like to be criticised, you will get criticised, you will get dislikes. Don't worry about it. But if you develop this kind of persona that you can put on for when you're creating your website or writing for your website, then that's going to help you, because you can be someone else. And if you've ever done any ham and dram stuff, we all like playing baddies, don't we? And so
maybe that could be it.
Play a different part. Be that person who's that internet star. I mean, I'm not, but if you can, if you feel that you are shy and that you can't write, then you can just imagine that there's some character that you're playing, and don't worry about not being able to write. All you have to do is keep it simple, keep your sentences short, keep your language simple, write conversationally, write as if you're having a conversation with someone on the other side of your computer monitor, and you'll do fine.
Any tips for people that are thinking about writing their own content?
Practice.
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 Okay. So the first article you write might not be that good.
No, mine was terrible when I first started. I've been in marketing for almost 13 years now. And when I first started, I'm dyslexic as well. So I tend to read things backwards. And then I'll write them out backwards and forwards, and I have to read a sentence 3 or 4 times before it makes sense to me. But over the years, my first articles, the grammar, the spelling, everything was terrible. Yeah. But it has got better as I've done more and more and more. But the problem for me is not having money to outsource a lot of content. Some bits I have done here and there. It's a case of get your head down and get it done.
Yeah.
No one else is going to do it for you, You've got to just get stuck in and write it out. Yeah. But I tend to, another little tip I would say is when you've written your article out, don't go and post it straight to your blog.
Okay.
Let it sit for a night, come back, read through it the next morning, when you get online, read through it, and you'll see all the mistakes that you've made.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's fresh, it's not so stuck in your mind when you're writing it.
Yeah, it's like a fresh pair of eyes on it.
Yeah, that's it, mate. And then you can make adjustments and then, maybe post it and get ready for the next one.
Okay, that's a good tip. So keep writing, and your articles, they will get better, and hopefully it will get a bit easier as well. And also definitely reread your article the next day, proofread it the next day.
It used to take me around 5 or 6 hours to write, a good 1,000, 1,200, maybe 1,500 words. It would take me about 6-7 hours to do that. Now I can get that down 1,500 words probably in about 3 hours, 3.5 hours.
Okay. So yeah, you get quicker and you get better.
Yeah, definitely.
So is there any other tips like that you could
share? So I would say, try to learn as much about the area that you can. If it's something of personal interest and you've got experience in, then I think that's a bit easier. But you'll never have all the answers. Look at other sites that are similar in subject to yours, and maybe some that are off at a tangent. So I look at dogs, but I also look at sites that cover cats and hamsters and rabbits, because there may be a snippet of information in there that I could translate into the dog world and write about. So do that, and if you're struggling, take a break from it. Don't be too hard on yourself. Set yourself a realistic target, and I suppose if anybody's really struggling, just write something. Write something, and if you're not sure, just ask somebody to have a look at it, and I'm sure they'll give you some tips.
Do you have anyone proofread your stuff, or do you proofread your own stuff?
No, I just read it myself, and I get ideas off my wife. So we were out yesterday. We were down near the river with the dogs, and there were one of the dogs ran off for a swim, and there were 2 young children there, and they started squealing and screaming because they were frightened. I mean, my dogs are absolutely as soft as anything, but I thought there's potentially an article.
Yeah. There is, yeah. What do you do when you scare some kids with your dogs or something? I don't know.
Yeah, so maybe keep your eyes open as well, and
there's inspiration all around you, especially if it's a topic that you're into and you're surrounded by whatever it is you're writing about, dogs, or if you're into cameras and that's something you do a lot. You're going to be seeing things all the time that could possibly make a great article.
Yeah, and I would say try not to get too stressed about it. If you're struggling, just have a bit of time away from it and do something else.
Come back to it, and
let it all become clearer. Do its stuff.
Yeah, I think that works with a lot of things, isn't it? Sometimes if you just have to stop for a little while, take a break, come back to it, and then it looks better. And actually, a number of people have said that about proofreading, is that they tend to often write an article and then they don't publish it straight away. They leave it for a day or an hour, then come back and read it again, and then suddenly it's like having a fresh pair of eyes, and they're able to spot their mistakes and think, well, why on earth did I write it like that? And they're able to rewrite stuff and make a better article.
And that's what I've found with some of my early articles. I've gone back to them and I've thought, why did you write that? That's so yeah, I think it's important to check over your work as well, or get somebody to take a look at it for you.
The only other tip I'd give in that instance is just imagine your end user. Someone buying a box for their car, and just try and imagine who they are. And I always think, will my mum understand this? If literally, most of the time, I just think, will my mum, if she reads this and she's interested in buying this, is this going to help her? Am I speaking at her level? She's not very tech friendly, so yeah.
That brings us to the end of this video. I hope you found it useful. What would you say to someone that's thinking of creating their own content for the first time? Do you have any tips or advice? I'd love to hear them. Leave me a comment below. I do read all the comments that I get, and I'll try to reply to as many as I possibly can. If you're not already subscribed, you can do so by clicking on my face. Why not check out the vlog channel by clicking on my other face? And here are a couple more videos. They've been chosen specially for you. Until next time, bye for now.